Across the city, Detective Hicks of Colford City Police Department was surveying his case. Excitement was building around the station. Never had so much time and resources been spent on one case, but finally it was proving fruitful. He had been chasing this for a long time. "It's been a while, Agent," he said. "You've been to hell and back for this, but it looks like we've finally done it." "Hell doesn't even begin to describe it," replied Lydia Lowe of the Intercity Task Force. "All that time undercover, and it was a reporter who did the heavy lifting in the end." Hicks patted her shoulder affectionately. "Oh, I'm glad you got it to him. He'd probably be dead by now, otherwise we'd never have gotten to her. When he was taken from here, I thought for sure he was a goner." Lydia smiled. Hicks was pleased to see working undercover at the Knock Knock Club hadn't dulled her humour. "The last time I saw him, he was leaving with Lisa's girl. He was delivering her back to her home and then coming here. I look forward to chatting to him when he comes in. I had to let him go. I couldn't risk the kid getting hurt," Lydia explained. Lisa, the bubbly Knock Knock barmaid, would arrive at the club later that afternoon to learn of the tragedy that had occurred. "She's run amok in this city for far too long," Hicks said bitterly. Lydia wholeheartedly agreed. "I'll call Judge Doyle at the courthouse and let her know that there is some solid evidence coming her way." Meanwhile, after divulging his story to me, Dennis decided he was no longer safe at the Knock Knock Club. Either I was coming for him with everything I had, or Tabitha was. He had backed himself into a corner, leaving himself with few options. Men like Dennis have a way of working out of tight spots, though. He came to a familiar door. He knocked twice in a almost musical rhythm. A gaunt, skinny young girl answered. "Chloe," Dennis cheered. "I'm so glad to see you." Chloe lowered her head, her eyes fixed pitifully on the ground. "I can't let you in," she said meekly. "Please go away." She tried to close the door, but Dennis stopped her. "What do you mean? Come on. You have to let me in." He flashed a handsome smile. Chloe shook her head, still not looking at him in the eye. It seemed like tears were close. "Come on, kid," Dennis pressed. "Please let me in. I'm in a lot of trouble here. People are going to be after me. Do you want me to get hurt?" Chloe finally looked up. "I can't, Dennis," she insisted. "Just go away." "Don't you love me anymore?" he asked. His large brown eyes pleaded with her. Tears did spill from Chloe's then. "Of course I do," she sobbed. "More than the whole world." Dennis kept his expression soft. "Then let me in." He reached out to push the door open, but someone else did it for him. Dennis was greeted by the tall, imposing frame of Marcus. "By all means, Dennis," he said. "Come in." Dennis dropped his head. He had no choice. Running would be no use. If Marcus was waiting on him, chances were the other triplets would be somewhere nearby. The door locked behind him. Over the Knock Knock Club, I was beginning to regain consciousness. "You're not a morning person, are you?" Tabitha teased. "You look like shit." Everything that had happened came flooding back. Little girl lying dead in the street with a bullet wound in her head. "What did you do to that kid?" I roared. Tabitha raised an eyebrow. "What did I do?" she returned. "I was keeping her safe, you stupid prick, and you delivered her straight to the enemy." My stomach lurched. My vision was still a little blurry from the knock to the head I had received. There I was, standing there, carrying a bowl of ice cream, looking like a total fucking amateur, and she was gone. "I thought," I began. "I know what you thought," she said. "You know, for a reporter, you have no fucking clue. How long have you been in this city? Open your eyes to what's going on around you. Speaking of fuckwit reporters, a friend of yours came looking for you. You remember Madeline, right?" "Sure you do. All the men like Madeline," Tabitha said. Madeline growled. Hadn't even noticed her being so focused on Tabitha, bleary-eyed and possibly concussed. "Would you listen to yourself?" Maddie snarled. "Do you ever shut up?" Tabitha ignored her. "Let us out of here, you crazy bitch," I yelled. "I'm actually hurt that you still think that I'm the bad guy here," Tabitha laughed. I couldn't tell if she was being ironic or if she truly meant what she said. There are much worse things in this city than little old me. I do what I can to fight against it. Do you have any idea what would go down if I didn't keep a check on things? I'm a fucking superhero. Some might even be grateful. She kicked a knife at her feet between her captives. Here's a little lesson for you. I'm going to close that door, and you're both going to fight it out. Let's see how moral you are when your lives are on the line. Maybe then you'll have some idea of the shit I have to deal with. Either of us could have grabbed that knife and killed her then, but we wouldn't have got much after that. Tabitha strode with confidence. Inside the Knock Knock Club, she had nothing to fear. That's why you're both in your undies, by the way, she said as a matter of fact. It's less of a mess to clean up that way. It'd be even easier if you were naked, but I'm not that sick. She laughed at her own joke. When one of you are dead, Pinky promised to open it back up again. One less goddamn report on the city. In the meantime, I have a little kid to bury and it's not even noon. Thanks for that, by the way. Toodles. At that, she was out of the door. Maddie and I were sealed inside the Knock Knock Club's hold. I ran to the door and I cried through it. Let us out, I called, hammering my fists against the door as though it would do any good. It's no use, Madeline said behind me. We'll get out of here, I insisted. It's over, Sam, Madeline said. Sorry.